What's up guys, it's M Squared, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can shape, layer, and color your sounds in the VMPC2000XL emulator. Let's go. The first thing I want to do is hit Control on my keyboard and the number 6 right here on the keypad. So Control 6. It's going to take me to the program window. I'm going to go here, click F1 for drum 1. And the first thing I want to show you is this Assign tab within the window. You're going to be able to set a bunch of different parameters regarding your pad, your note, your program. You can rename it. And here for the sound, you can actually change what sound you want on each pad. So if this pad is empty, you'll see it says off where sound is. So if you want to assign a sound to that pad, all you have to do is turn the wheel once you've loaded sounds in, and you can actually select from any of the sounds that you have loaded in, as you can see here. In the instance where you have a sound you may not want on a particular pad, you can just go in, tap that pad, and change that sound to something else like this. So I went from a hat to a clap. Okay, next we're going to take a look at mode. By default, it's set to normal. You can turn the wheel and set this to simultaneous. So this is where you can go in and layer your sounds. So the way to do that is to hit the pad that you want to layer. So say this kick. I want to layer that kick with this hi-hat. So this is the way you do it. You hit the sound that you want layered, which is this kick. Then I'm going to use the cursor to tab over to where it says also play note. Right now it's off, but you can turn the wheel and choose the sound that you want to layer it with. I want to layer it with pad 2. So I'm going to turn it till I get to this pad here. And it should say 36/pad A2, which is right here. So now when I go to hit the kick pad, you're going to hear the kick and the hat together. And if for any reason you need to adjust the levels for any of the instruments, you would just go to Control and 7 for the mixer, hit drum 1, and the pad that you want to adjust the level for, you hit that pad. In this instance, it's pad 2. You can see the mixer highlights pad 2, and you can use the wheel to bring the volume level down or up. You could also pan that sound left to right. And if you want to deactivate the simultaneous mode, you just turn the sound off. Just take the wheel and move it to the left, and it will show that it's off. And you can then go back to your mode and put it back to normal. So now it won't be layered anymore. Okay, next I want to show you the parameters tab. And this is where you can have a lot of fun with your sound. You can start with the tuning. If I take this hat, I can tune it up. And I can tune it down. Let's take this chord stab, for example. I can tune this up or down. Next, we can jump over to the filter. You'll see the default set to 100. You could actually bring that number down and you'll hear the frequency change. Let's take this kick, for example. If I bring the frequency down on this kick, it changes the entire character of the kick. You could also adjust the resonance here as well. Okay, let's take a look at this voice overlap section. Right now it's set to poly mode, so every time I hit this pad, the sound's just going to keep overlapping itself. Now if I change that to mono, it's going to keep starting over every time I hit the pad, so it won't overlap itself. The next mode is note off, which means it's going to basically gate the sound for as long as you hit the pad. So if I just tap the pad, it's going to sound like this. But if I press the pad and hold it down, you're going to hear more of the sound. And that mode could be really cool to use if you want to have more control over a longer loop or a longer sound. Okay, next we're going to hit open window while this section is still selected. And you're going to get what's called mute assign, which means this will be able to tell one pad to mute off another pad that's playing. So for example, if I have this open hi-hat here and I want to play this short hi-hat with it, I can actually have this hi-hat choke this open hi-hat in the settings here. So I'd set it up like this here in the note section. I'm going to tap the short hi-hat, and then I'm going to take my cursor and bring it down to this note section, and I'm going to select the open hat, which is right here. So now every time I press the short hat after playing the open hat, it will cut off or choke the open hat. So here's an example. Open hat's here. Now when I hit the hi-hat, you're going to hear the short hi-hat cut off the open hat. Okay, let's take a look at this envelope section. I'm going to use this chord stab, and I'm going to adjust the attack here with the wheel. You see, as I turn the wheel and I adjust the attack to a higher number, the transient starts to go away. And as I bring the number down, you start to hear the transient again. Now for decay, they have it set to 5. What this will do when it's at the end mode, it'll basically put a fade out on the sound. So right now the sound is completely open. As I turn this decay up, you're going to see the fade start to shape. Now I'm going to adjust the decay mode from end to start. So now this is going to basically open the sound up from a closed position. So I just go back up to the decay value. So I'm going to open up the decay. As I bring the value down, it gets shorter. So there you have it. That's how I use the program settings inside of the VMPC2000XL to shape, layer, or color my sounds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.